There is a question many leaders often avoid. What happens when you fail, particularly publicly? Not when things go wrong quietly, and when people see it, when people talk about it, and people begin to doubt you. This is important to note because failure in leadership is not just about missing on results. It touches so much on reputation. It is about confidence of the leader and in the leader, and more so about identity. And yet it is very true that every serious leader will fail at some point. However, whether you fail is not the most important question, but what becomes of you after failure? Today, let me speak to you about leading through failure, and let us begin by correcting something. Failure is not the opposite of leadership or a pointer to total decline. It is indeed part of leadership, but many people misunderstand this. They see failure as the end, as a sign of incompetence and a loss of credibility. But in reality, failure is often feedback, exposure, and refinement. When it comes, failure shows you what you did not see before, what you did not know before, and above all, what you need to improve. The danger then is not failure itself. It is our misinterpretation of it when it happens. I'm talking about how failure affects leaders. Failure hits leaders differently. That is true. Because leaders do not just fail alone. Their failure is mostly in front of others. And when that happens, confidence is shaken, authority is questioned, and internal doubts will begin in the leader. When you start to ask yourself, am I still capable? Do people still trust me? And look around you. We have seen leaders withdraw after failure. Some become overly conscious or become defensive. But that is the truth. Failure only destroys leadership when it destroys self-belief. If this will reassure you, let us look at our world today. In business, many successful entrepreneurs you admire have launched products that failed one time or the other. They have made decisions that cost millions and faced public criticism. But what distinguished them was not perfection, it was recovery. Again, in the tech space, founders pivot multiple times before finding what works. And in professional environments, a leader may lose a major project. A policy decision may not produce expected results. And a team initiative may collapse right before its own very eye. And some leaders rebuild stronger. Why? Because they treat failure as data, not defeat. Now that gives a clue to the question of how great leaders respond to failure. Let me give you 4 more powerful responses to that riddle. First, great leaders take responsibility when they fail. Not excuses, not blame. They simply say, what can I learn from these? And that is responsibility. And responsibility restores credibility. Secondly, they reflect, not react. Failure could create emotional pressure, but great leaders are those who have learned to pause. They learn to analyze what went wrong, what was within their control, and what must change. Thirdly, they communicate honestly. Silence after failure creates distrust, but transparency builds trust. Leaders who say, we missed it, here is what we learned, gain more respect, not less. And finally, they rebuild with clarity. The thing is, failure refines direction, and great leaders do not repeat blindly. They adjust strategy, approach, and mindset. And this is simply telling us that failure is a hidden gift. Let me share something deeply important here. Failure often produces humility, wisdom, and depth in a leader. And these are questions that success alone cannot produce. Because success can make you confident, but only failure makes you aware. And awareness is the foundation of mature leadership. To round up today, let me leave you with this. Dear leader, failure is not your final chapter. It is a page in the book of your leadership. And the question is not, did you fail? Or have you failed before? The question is, did you grow from your failure? Hear this. Leadership is not proven by avoiding failure. It is about becoming stronger through it. Great leaders are not those who never fail, but they are those who rise better after failure. Thank you for coming on board today on the leadership journey. And if this message speaks to you, please like, share, and subscribe to the leadership journey. And take care of yourself. I'll see you again here next time.